Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So today is going to be a little bit different. One of my roommates kind of had a fun idea. We actually got some drinks and I guess quarantine party is going on. So I'm going to be doing a little cocktail party with you guys while I'm doing the reading. So a little tequila Tuesday, if you will. Don't think it's Tuesday, but we're gonna roll with it. So as we go through the reading, I'm going to be talking to you guys as well as on the camera over here. But I am going to start the reading out. Like always, everything is going to be the same, but also I'll be taking a break in between. So if you want to join me, I highly recommend you grab a drink yourself if you're over 21, of course. And we're going to get into today's reading. So the first thing I'm going to do, like always, is spray the area with some holy water spray and ask and set my intention for the archangels and spirit guides to be with us today so that we may receive accurate, clear messages that need to come through for you today. So another thing that's going to be a little different, instead of doing the runes, I'm just going to pull 3 cards and I'm going to let you pick through that. So that's going to be our first card, second card, for group 2. Group 2, please. Okay. And group 3. Come on, group 3. What you got for me? Okay. Alright, group 1, group 2, and group 3. If you don't remember the title of the video, this reading is going to be about what new beginnings are in store for you within the next few weeks. So I'll give you guys a second to pick whichever pile resonates for you. Alright guys, if you need more time, please pause the video. Alright, group 1, welcome to your reading. So if you picked the first card, then this reading is going to be for you. I'm going to take a quick cocktail break here. It's a margarita. I don't know if I said that, but we're doing it. So let's go ahead and get started with the reading. So the card that I drew for you guys was the 8 of Wands. Let's see if I can pick it up. So the 8 of Wands, or the 8 of Bows in this deck, can be about communication or taking action. It's about progression, but it's personally led progression. So either there is someone who is coming to you, could be to start a conversation that could lead to a lot of progression, or it's you going to talk to someone. But let's go ahead and see what kind of new beginning that's going to have in store for you. Being a little picky today about what cards come out. That could be a good thing. What new beginnings are in store for group 1 within the next few weeks? Let's pull maybe 2 more cards, please. That's not the right one. There we go. All right. So on the bottom of the deck, we have the 6 of Swords, and it is the 6 of Arrows, and that does mean transition, as you can see, or not, since it's not focusing. Come on. All right. So that's interesting. So again, a new beginning. That obviously makes sense since we have the transition card. The 6 of Swords is a pretty big transition. It typically means that there's something kind of switching in your mind where you're moving more from a place of conflict or battleground into more of a respite period. So, a new beginning in your life could be a step away from conflict. Perhaps this has to do with the communication that's coming in, or you taking that action to move on past something that was causing you a lot of conflict. But let's go ahead and look at what cards came through for you. Okay, so we have the Nine of Cups, the Nine of Vessels, a very good start. That means personal emotional fulfillment, a place of stability within your emotions. Next, we have the Three of Wands, which is about fulfillment and looking to the future, possibly waiting on something. We have the Four of Pentacles, which could talk about protection or possessiveness, keeping boundaries. Then we have the Tower, or the Blasted Oak in this deck. And last we have the Nine of Swords. So, let's see what's going on here. Alright, so if you guys have been hit with a lot of conflict or chaos in your life lately, maybe you've been trying to get through that, holding a positive mindset. Maybe it's been a little bit difficult to hold a positive mindset, but from what I can tell with the energy, you guys have been really able to push forward despite the kind of chaos that's been going on in your environment. I do see you being able to protect yourself against whatever these environmental factors are that have been kind of bombarding you. But you're still kind of waiting for that shift to happen where you feel like looking into the future, you can achieve a greater sense of peace. There might have been something on your mind lately that's been causing you a lot of anxiety or worry. Could be a decision you're trying to make, and that might just be for some of you. But you're looking for that kind of epiphany moment or something to present itself that gives you that way out so that you feel certain and secure about the future that you're moving into. But I'm going to pull a few more cards. See if I can get some more information about this. Come on, get out. That's why I wanted all those cards to fall out. All right. So we have the Knight of Wands on the bottom of the deck. That does talk about movement as well. It is an action-taking card, although sometimes a downside of the Knight of Wands could be it's a bit of a flighty action, a little bit of an in and out energy. It could be also flirtatious or playful or a lighthearted energy. But we'll see how that applies to the reading in a moment. All right. Give these guys a little bit of a shuffle. There we go. Alright, so Four of Wands, right, coming out first, and that's a very good sign. The Four of Wands is about divine timing as well as celebration. Occasionally it could mean marriage, if that's going to apply for you, if you're looking for a sign for that. But I do see that the new beginning in store for you is going to be a very successful one, so that's exciting. Next out we have the Star. Again, wishes coming true. It also plays in with divine timing. And that Nine of Cups we saw earlier with that complete emotional satisfaction. So whatever you guys have been struggling with, you should know that on the horizon, there is a breakthrough coming, and that's going to lead you to this satisfaction and wish fulfillment, but it is in divine timing. The things that you've been struggling with or going back and forth even within your own mind is for a reason. We have the Page of Bows, the Four of Cups. Sorry, the Page of Bows is also the Page of Wands. I go back and forth because this suit represents the traditional suits a little bit differently. We have the Page of Vessels, Page of Cups, Nine of Pentacles, the Moon, and the Wheel. All right. Yeah, so what I can see right now is that there's a little bit of disappointment, could be impatience, or feeling a little bit let down, kind of searching for that next sign, hoping to get something big, waiting on something to come in that kind of changes everything. You are waiting for that next new beginning, which makes sense why you're on this video. And I sense that despite even the chaos in your environment, you're just getting a little bit worn out and just waiting for that next thing to kind of come around. But what I'm seeing is that this next big event has been in the works for a while behind the scenes. It's something that you haven't necessarily seen coming because it was meant to be a surprise. It was also meant to draw your attention to the energy that you naturally go to. So let's say that there has been conflict in your environment, right? It wants you to see that and help kind of work that through yourself before you do move on to the next beginning. If this is something where you've been experiencing conflict within your own mind, well, then I would say that your spirit team is looking to push you to recognize your own anxieties and fears. What are you conflicted over? What are you having issues with? Is it trauma or is it anxiety? Do you have a problem staying still? Like, do you need to work on finding a sense of inner peace, even if not a lot is going on in your environment? So that's something to consider. So this change that happens in you, it's actually pretty interesting. Although this is a divinely timed new beginning that's coming in for you, I actually don't see this as something dropping on you like a huge change. I see it being something where you're actually with a group of people or having a conversation with a friend, and something they says just kind of triggers you. And not necessarily in a bad way, but leads to this epiphany where you're thinking, okay, that's a new idea. And this new idea that you end up pursuing is what changes your world. So whether it's like a new hobby that you discover, or an idea about a new career path you could try, or even if it's advice about a romantic relationship, in that sense, this new beginning is entirely caused through a conversation you have with another person, which is actually pretty interesting. But with this Nine of Pentacles here, again, it is that sense of personal security. So that is a huge theme within this pile, is trying to find a sense of personal security, independence, stability, and happiness just through being on your own. So that new beginning I do see is you finding that sense of satisfaction. And that is going to be that transition for you. So that's what I do see coming for you guys, and that new beginning that's going to be in store for you within the next few weeks. Thank you so much for watching this pile. And one last drink. Thanks for being here in my cocktail party. See you guys in the next video. Alright, welcome pile 2 to your reading, and welcome to the cocktail party. I don't think I said this in the intro, so I'm going to let every group know that I am drinking a margarita. So feel free to come get a drink and hang out with me while we do your reading on the next new beginning coming in a few weeks for you. Alright, welcome pile 2 to your reading, and welcome to the cocktail party. I don't think I said this in the intro, so I'm going to let every group know that I am drinking a margarita. So feel free to come get a drink and hang out with me while we do your reading on the next new beginning coming in a few weeks for you. Okay, so group 2. The card that I drew for you is the Wanderer. And in the traditional deck, that means the Fool. And that typically means that there is a new beginning in store for you. So I hate to sound like a broken record, because that obviously is the point of this whole reading, but just for that confirmation that yes, there is a brand new beginning. What I would say from pulling this card in relation to this video is that I'm seeing an entirely new change in direction for your life. So that could be like a move or a different career path, something major that kind of switches up all of your routines, and all of a sudden you're starting fresh. So if you're looking for a new beginning, I would say not only is that in store, but you're really going to see a revamp of your entire life here. But let's pull some more cards and see some details about the new beginning that's coming in store for you for the next couple of weeks. That one. Let's see what else we get. Alright, and on the bottom of the deck we have the Archer. That's also known as the Chariot in the traditional tarot deck. So, and what I know from this card is this talks about progression and also major changes again. So with the two energies being the Fool and the Chariot, I am seeing, again, like I said, major changes coming in your life. let's talk about the energies that came through, right? So, let's see what likes to come out first. That one, ooh, okay. So we have the Four of Swords, which is the Rest card. It also talks about recovery, recuperation. And then alongside of that, we have the Six of Wands, which talks about abundance and victory. In the traditional deck, it actually is represented by a man on a horse traveling through a parade. Next, we have the Hooded Man, or the Hermit, and then the Green Man, which is the Emperor. All right, guys, this is very exciting. So here's what I'm seeing for you. I've seen that you've been through an introspective time lately where you really started to go inside of yourself and figure out some things. This could mean kind of understanding who you are as a person, what kind of passions you're drawn to in this lifetime, or just doing some healing work and possibly some shadow work. But this oppositional energy of resting and then fulfillment, resting and fulfillment, what that's telling me is that even though you've been in this period of kind of taking a step back and waiting on something to happen, well, I say that lightly. You might not have been actually waiting on something, but you've been going through and doing the hard work it takes to push yourself to the next level. And that's actually going to pay off. You've stepped into your power, and on the horizon is a ton of victory and abundance coming your way. So if you've been taking a step back from a project, trying to look at it from new angles, or just working on yourself to be a better person, this is the confirmation that everything you have been doing has been paying off tremendously, and you're about to see the success and rewards from that coming to you within the next few weeks. But let's go ahead and pull some other cards to get some more details about this. Oop, the sun flipped. That's always a good sign. All right. And on the bottom, we have the Ace of Cups. If it'll focus. All right, and this talks about new beginnings in love specifically, so that's pretty exciting. This could be platonic, but it could also be a relationship if you're looking for something like that. So either you're in a relationship, and I could see that entering like a new prosperous cycle, or again, could be finding someone new, depending on your situation. Let's see what cards came out. Maybe I'll get some more answers about that. This could also, I'm seeing this also as a card of self-love is what it's telling me. So this could be a time where that introspection that you've been doing is to kind of boost your own value of yourself, your self-worth, your self-confidence, your perception of yourself. I'm seeing a lot of love coming in from you to you. And that's also, it's playing into a bunch of abundance now that you're aligned with your highest potential. We got the Six of Swords, which is a transition. It is a mental transition typically from a place of conflict into a more resolute situation, a place of respite, as I like to call it. So that could be a sign that while you've been doing your introspection, you've been moving out of a place of feeling a bit conflicted about things, or maybe a little bit chaotic in these environmental conditions, but then allowing yourself to do the healing work and taking some rest in order to move to a more peaceful location. And with that, we have the Ace of Arrows, which again, another ace is a new beginning, as well as a new direction or possibly action taking or communication. All these aces with the Wanderer, I'm telling you, everything in your life is transforming within the next few weeks because you've been doing the work in order to bring yourself to the next level. That's being recognized, and more so than ever, we have the Sun that pops out to confirm this. The Sun is what I like to call the happiest card in the deck. It talks about fulfillment and just, again, pure happiness. We have the Page of Arrows, the Page of Swords, and the Devil. So with these two together, what that is reminding me of is the Devil talks about ego, addictions, codependencies, issues within yourself. And this Page of Arrows card is a lot about kind of looking at things from a different perspective, being cautionary. So I think, again, when you did that shadow work, like, that is a confirmation to me that you have been doing that work to look at yourself and figure out, what am I doing that's not leading to the best place? Like, what routines can I change in my life so that I know I'm working towards who I want to be? And you started looking at that from a different perspective. And again, that is leading towards this new beginning. And finally, we do have the Four of Bows and Temperance, or balance. This is a beautiful reading, guys, I'm telling you. So the Four of Bows talks about divine timing and celebration, and Temperance is balance. This is all about within yourself. You finally reached a state of inner peace and harmony, and that's being mirrored in your environment, you know? So the universe is responding to you that you have done this healing work and you have gotten exactly where you need to be. Look at that sun in the middle of this reading, just so bright and vibrant, telling you that happiness is on the horizon, confirming to you that all that you've done these past however long you've been working on yourself is not in vain, and in fact is leading to a ton of new opportunities for you. So that's very exciting, guys. I'm so happy to get that reading for you. I am going to go ahead and leave this reading here. So thank you so much for watching. I'll have a quick little drink with you. Thanks for coming and hanging out with me during this cocktail party. See you guys in the next video. Alright, group 3, welcome to your reading. So I'm going to do a little bit of a cocktail party time, take a sip of my drink. Please come join me in my margarita time. But if you did pick the third pile, the third card, this reading is going to be for you. So let's get started. What is the next new beginning in store for group 3? Oh, before I forget, the card that I pulled for you guys was the High Priestess, so you might be in my spiritually inclined pile. So welcome to the club. Or you might have a really strong intuition or be a really empathetic person. See what else is in store for group 3. New beginnings within the next couple of weeks. Comes out again, I'll take it, but I don't think it was meant to be out there. Okay. On the bottom of the deck is the Fool, and that card is about new beginnings, so how perfect is that for this reading? Let's see what kind of cards came out. So the first couple that came out were the Magician, or the Shaman, in this deck. Then the Sun, very exciting. So I do see you as being a very spiritual person. I think you're someone who manifests extremely well and very easily, even if you're not completely conscious of that ability and its full potential yet. But I see you manifesting a lot of happiness into your life and a lot of personal fulfillment. The next that I see is the Ten of Pentacles, which is represented by this card as the Ten of Stones, and it is the house in the distance here. So the other thing that is really important about this pile is that if you have been feeling a little bit stressed financially, or feeling like your home life is a bit chaotic, not very stable, maybe even within yourself, you are feeling a little bit unstable, within the next few weeks, I see that completely turning around. You feeling really financially stable and very secure in your home life and with your family. So that's pretty exciting. The next card we have is the Three of Cups, which is about celebration and joy and spending time with people. Could be about drinking. What's up, everyone? So the last two cards that I see are the King of Arrows, the King of Swords, and the Knight of Arrows. Alright, so this is a very quick and a quick-witted energy. I don't know why I felt inclined to say that. But this is someone who moves very quickly because they're able to analyze situations from a very logical standpoint. Someone who's mastered the art of keeping boundaries up, as well as observing a situation more from a place of stability rather than letting themselves take action that are clouded by emotions. So emotions are very important. I myself am a very emotional person, so I don't mean to harp on anyone that does feed into their emotions a lot, because I think that that's very important. However, sometimes people can take actions based off of how they're feeling, even if it's not the best case scenario in that time. So what I mean by that is, if you're upset and you take action off of that, even if it's not necessarily the best course, that seems to be something that you guys aren't having an issue with, at least not lately. So that's very good. But I do see things moving very quickly from you because you are starting to step into your power as a manifester. Again, even if that's unconscious, you are creating things into your environment extremely quickly at this rate. And from that, I'm seeing a lot of success and celebration that comes from that. A ton of happiness. And it's coming very quickly. So even though it is within the next few weeks, I would see it closer to the next like 1 to 2 weeks. But I also don't see this slowing down. So sorry, I keep having to like other thoughts pop into my mind. So I see that this success and happiness coming in, and then that just kind of picking up speed from there, you know, not even really having a second to catch your breath. What else is coming in the next couple weeks for you guys? For group 3, new beginnings. Oh, that other card I put back just came out, so turns out it was meant to be out here. Too many. All right. Do I want to take that one? No. Okay. All right, on the bottom of the deck, we have the 7 of Swords, and this deck is represented as insecurity. But don't let that scare you. Let me see what kind of cards are coming out with it. It might be something that you've overcome, because this is a really great energy. So I'm actually going to move these cards off to the side. See what else we got. Alright, we have the Queen of Wands. So that's someone who's very charismatic and enigmatic, confident, driven, ambitious. It could also be a feminine energy. It might not be. I do see the reunion card next to it. That could talk about healing and inner child work. It could be that there was a female in your life or a more feminine energy in your life that might have stepped away for a while and is coming back and returning. So that could be pretty exciting. You might have manifested that reunion between the two of you. Ooh, decision. 2 of Wands. Decision time. What are you making decision on? Alright, the Knight of Pentacles and Justice. Healing. The Page of Swords. The 6 of Wands. And the 6 of Pentacles. Oh, goodness. Okay. Alright, so this feels like a relationship with someone. It doesn't necessarily have to be romantic, but I do see that you might have been having some internal struggle about a relationship with someone. Again, it could be platonic, but you're worried about it progressing forward. Even though it is moving slowly, there's a lot of insecurity in that, because things, there might be an issue between you guys where at one point or the other you guys end up switching off of who's giving more in the relationship, or it is very unbalanced where one person seems to give more than the other person at any given time. And you're trying to progress this relationship from a very slow and steady point of view so that it doesn't get crazy like it has in the past, is what I feel inclined to say. So you might have gone through a separation with this person. Now that you've come back together, there's this decision-making moment where you're thinking that you want it to keep moving forward in the way that it is, but at the same time in a more cautious energy so that it doesn't turn into old cycles that you guys have broken out of. But there is a lot of healing in this connection, a lot of caution. And with the 6 of Wands here saying victory and abundance that you guys can't even see. It's this one. But victory and abundance here. It's telling me that this connection is going to be very successful and you don't have to worry about it slipping into the old patterns that it has in the past as long as you continue moving at a steady rate. So don't be afraid of the progression, but also there's no need to rush it moving forward so that you can keep this balance between the two of you and that the connection continues to heal rather than to fall back into old patterns. And I am going to get a couple more cards just because I'm curious about this. But if this person isn't back in your life, if this person is not back in your life yet, then I would expect them coming back in very soon. Oh, here we go. 8 of Cups with rebirth. Yep. and the Knight of Cups. Yep, look at all this love coming in. The cups are about emotions and love, unconditional love. So yes, you guys are coming back together in a reunion of sorts and sharing a bunch of love between the two of you. That's really beautiful. Oh, and the Two of Cups. Look, it's a relationship card. It could also be a soulmate. So if you're wondering, like, this person has that left my life, maybe you're wondering why you're still thinking about them if they haven't returned yet, and that's because they're meant to be in your life, at least at this point in time. This is someone who is a soulmate or has a very good soul bond with you, and you're meant to be in each other's lives. And the only reason that you guys may have been separated in the past is because it was an issue, that there was this imbalance of give and take. And now you're being given an opportunity to change that path so that now that you guys have reconnected, you can move forward again with that balanced energy. A sense of justice is coming out rather than, again, those old cycles. But it is leading to success. I see a lot of healing, strength. Yep, the bond between you guys is extremely strong. Is there anything else you guys want to say? Yeah, the Nine of Bows with the Five of Swords, the Nine of Wands. Oh, and the wheel just flipped in my hand, so yes. Oh, and then the Nine of Cups was right behind it. So what that is telling me is that, yes, there has been a lot of conflict in this relationship, and it has been a struggle to get to where you are now, or will be soon, but there is a lot of fulfillment, like wish fulfillment, in this transition that's occurring, this wheel that's turning. You're not stuck in the same karmic cycles that you have been with this person, and that is a very important distinction. So if you're looking for a confirmation that you should let this person back in and continue to try, the answer is 100% yes. This person is meant to be in your life. This person could be your soulmate. If this is a romantic sense, if you feel that for this person, then this is confirmation that this person is definitely meant to be a romantic partner in your life. If not, just take it as like a friend soulmate, platonic soulmate. But don't give up on this connection. Just continue to stay strong and work towards it steadily, no matter what kind of changes come through. But I see that there have been so many big changes in this connection already, that where you guys are at are just in a much more balanced place, much more sustainable place. And here we have the Ace of Cups, the Empress, the Hermit, and the King of Wands. So again, that's telling me so much love within this connection between the two of you that you share for each other, despite the separation. That love and the connection that you have that is unbreakable has brought you guys back together. The Empress is a woman who has stepped into her power, so whether that's you or the other person, they know their worth now. There's not going to be any issue of give and take being unbalanced on their part, because they know how to hold boundaries. They've done the internal work to keep themselves in a healthy energy now. They know what they need to work on, and this is also probably you as well. You also understand where you've been at fault in this connection in the past, and you're ready to move it forward now. The King of Wands is someone who's very passionate and ambitious. So again, I see a lot of passion and intimacy in this connection. And then we're going to end it on the Fool and the Wheel. So yes, this is a new cycle. I see a lot of prosperity within this connection, which is really fantastic. And is there anything else? Eight of Wands and Temperance. So this is a union card for me if it's your twin flame. I see that. Action taking, communication. So make sure you guys keep up strong communication with each other, and that could help you with any difficulties in the future. But like I said, everything is very bright in this connection. I see it only moving forward. Just continue to take it slow so that it is consistent instead of kind of jumping back and forth. But that's a really lovely reading for you guys. So that new beginning that I do see for you is a new direction with this person, whether it be continuing that new direction if they've already come back into your life, or seeing the return of this person. So that's really great. Oh, and with the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands, that's telling me that this is a divine connection. So again, twin flame or soulmate with that Two of Cups. I'm telling you for sure, this person is meant to be in your life. So that's really beautiful. Just want to say thanks guys for watching and joining me for my cocktail party. So I hope you enjoyed your reading, and I will see you in the next one.